when a heavy rainstorm poured down over the northeastern United States in mid-July 2025. The usually bustling pace of major cities suddenly slowed, giving way to anxiety and extreme vigilance among millions of people. In less than an hour, more than 5 centimeters of rain fell on Central Park, New York, a figure enough to break every rainfall record in the past 117 years. In one of the world's most densely populated urban centers, the rain was no longer just small droplets sliding down glass surfaces, but had become a raging flood, seeping into every street and neighborhood, submerging the transportation system and leaving thousands temporarily isolated. The atmosphere on the streets of Manhattan, usually bustling with the sounds of car horns and footsteps, now only echoes with the rushing water and emergency warnings broadcast from loudspeakers. The subway system, the city's transportation lifeline, suddenly came to a halt as each station was flooded, turning into involuntary lakes. Trains could not run, thousands of passengers were trapped, and anxiety rose as the roadways shared the same fate, submerged in murky water. John F. Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark international airports, the major transportation gateways of the Northeast, simultaneously announced delays and cancellations of over 2,000 flights, disrupting the plans of countless people. In New Jersey, the grief is even heavier. The city of Plainfield is submerged in floodwaters. 2 cars were swept away in the rushing water in an instant, leaving 2 unfortunate lives lost, the latest victims of this severe natural disaster. Governor Phil Murphy has declared a state of emergency across the state, urging people to limit going out unless absolutely necessary and emphasizing human life is the #1 priority. Less than 2 weeks ago, this very area had just experienced a flash flood that took many lives, and now it continues to be caught in an unending cycle of natural disasters. Not only limited to New York and New Jersey, this historic heavy rainfall has also spread across neighboring states such as Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maryland, and Virginia. In Pennsylvania, areas like Mount Joy and Lancaster received enormous amounts of rainwater, turning many roads into rivers and forcing residents to evacuate urgently. Connecticut, Maryland, and Virginia are also on red alert, with a series of flash flood warnings continuously issued. Rescue teams are working tirelessly, racing against time to save people trapped in houses, cars, or low-lying areas. In many places, essential services have been disrupted, with electricity, water, and communications unstable, further increasing the anxiety of the residents. What caused a land already accustomed to extreme weather phenomena to struggle against a flood of unprecedented scale and destruction not seen in over a century? Meteorological experts unanimously point to a familiar culprit: climate change. The rise in average global temperatures and warmer climates cause the air to hold more moisture, creating conditions for extreme rainfall to occur more frequently. According to the latest studies, the probability of heavy downpours like this in northeastern America has increased 52 times compared to the late 19th century, a truly alarming figure, signaling a future of highly volatile global weather. Weather reports also noted the presence of a large, warm, moist air mass, along with a temporary frontal system, prolonging continuous rainfall and making the risks of flash floods and inundation more severe than ever before. In response to the increasingly complex developments of natural disasters, the authorities have quickly issued urgent recommendations to the entire population. First, everyone is required to strictly comply with the directives of the local government and be ready for the possibility of evacuation at any time. In particular, those living in low-lying areas, near rivers or streams, or in large cities with poor drainage systems should have a relocation plan and be prepared with essential items such as medicine, drinking water, reserve food, flashlights, and first aid kits. One of the most important recommendations is not to drive through deep flooded areas. Many tragic deaths have occurred simply due to carelessness and underestimating the danger of the water flow. Just a few dozen centimeters of rushing water is enough to sweep away an entire car, putting those inside at unpredictable risk. Authorities emphasize, if you see a flooded road, turn your vehicle around. do not attempt to cross. Alongside this, people are urged to regularly monitor updates from the National Weather Service, NWS, and official information channels to stay informed about weather developments and promptly take measures to protect themselves and their families. In New York City, the Subway System Management, MTA, immediately implemented emergency measures, mobilizing hundreds of technical staff and high-capacity pumps to address the flooding at the train stations. This work lasted for many hours, while passengers were advised to seek alternative travel options or stay in safe places until further notice. JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark airports also simultaneously tightened safety procedures, prioritizing the handling of affected flights while supporting passengers in rescheduling and temporary accommodation if needed. In the suburbs, families race against time to reinforce their homes, cover windows, move vehicles out of low-lying areas, and prepare backup generators in case of prolonged power outages. Paramilitary rescue forces, police, and medical personnel move continuously, assisting in evacuating the elderly, children, or patients who cannot move on their own. Images of people wading through water, personal belongings tied tightly on their shoulders, anxious looks, all have become an unwanted reality in the heart of modern America. Meanwhile, in the states of Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maryland, and Virginia, rescue operations were simultaneously launched amid flash flood warnings flashing on every phone screen and news bulletin. Helicopters patrolled the skies, ready to land on isolated rooftops to evacuate residents to safety. Hundreds of volunteers and rescue workers, working day and night, waded through water to check each house, identify and evacuate people in danger. In many areas, rising floodwaters caused essential services such as electricity, water, and telecommunications to be paralyzed, forcing residents to rely on temporary evacuation centers with food, clean water, and minimal shelter. Across the northeastern United States, the statistics on damages continue to rise every hour. As of July 16th, at least 2 fatalities have been confirmed in New Jersey, dozens of emergency rescues, and countless properties severely damaged. Many highways are submerged underwater, bridges and culverts destroyed or seriously damaged, making transportation and assistance extremely difficult. Public transportation is nearly paralyzed, directly affecting millions of people, from office workers to international tourists. Meteorologists and environmental scientists all agree that extreme rainfall events like this will continue to occur with increasing frequency if the global climate change trend is not controlled. Weather abnormalities are no longer a matter of the distant future, but have become a present reality, posing a major challenge for governments, social organizations, and individuals in terms of adapting, preparing, and proactively responding in all situations. Amidst the still gloomy sky, with thick black clouds refusing to dissipate, the northeastern United States has yet to breathe a sigh of relief. Authorities continuously issue warnings about the ongoing risk of flash floods in the coming days, advising people not to be complacent and to always prioritize the safety of themselves and their families. Strictly adhering to emergency directives, maintaining communication with local authorities, and being prepared for any unexpected situations are key factors in minimizing casualties and damage. From the flooded streets of New York, the isolated neighborhoods in New Jersey, to the low-lying rural areas of Pennsylvania and Connecticut, no one can predict what will happen in the coming days. But one thing is certain: the spirit of solidarity, determination to overcome difficulties, and proactive preparation will be the key for millions of people in the northeastern United States to stand strong against the harsh challenges of nature, in a world increasingly affected by climate change that humans themselves have contributed to. And when the rain finally stops, the water recedes, the city will revive again. The memories of this historic flood will become a powerful reminder of vigilance, the importance of adapting to the new climate, as well as the strength of the community when facing and overcoming adversity together. This is the valuable lesson that nature imparts, and also an opportunity for each person, each society to reflect, change, and better prepare for the uncertain future ahead.